YouTube family. Facebook family is alliteration, but YouTube is the channel that connected me up last year, and I got a crash course and things. And I'm just vibing. I'm out here in Liberty Lake, Washington. Beautiful little Liberty Lake. Got a lot of public parks. It's really a sweet place to live, and I just know everyone can live like this. This is possible. This is good. But a little bit about Washington State. People ask, why did you leave Florida? Why are you here? Or how did you get to Washington State from Florida? Well, in a red Ford F-150, repo possession from Public Federal Credit Union or something like that in Lakeland, Florida. Amen. Left Publix on good terms. Only way to leave a job. Come out here. And the healthcare system is really the thing. So the beauty, all of that. In terms of a lot of people say it's not business friendly, but I have to say I'm more of a classical liberal. I'm an elected libertarian. I believe in rulership by the tribe and the clan, spiritual group, really more important than anything else. Other than a sheriff and coroner and a limited federal government, that's what it is to me. At that same point, people are healthier out here. You see so much unhealthy stuff down south. We're the most violent region in the country. We're more saturated with guns. Gun violence, I should say. I'm Swiss that way. The Swiss miss, like a well-regulated militia involves wisdom as well as arms. So there it is. But Washington State is a beautiful place to be. But one thing that's come up is that there's some kind of law passed, I forget what you call it, but it's basically a public long-term care insurance for taxpayers. But the big but is it doesn't give any type of work credits to the family caregiver, the homemaker. So, you would think that as a birthplace of states' rights on cannabis and marriage equality, Washington State would realize this obvious error in Social Security. I don't mean to sound like a ranting Y2K, Generation X latchkey elder, which I totally am. But, the Social Security system at this point is like if I was back in the trailer park. If we move forward to the trailer park today, and let's say I'm loan sharking somebody something so they can start a landscape business, get their probation paid off. These things are real. So if I did that and I charged them 5% interest and they paid it off, that would be a better investment than right now the Social Security deduction. And it's hard to get your money if and when you need it for a disability situation, and it's hard to keep it from them. You have to do all this dance, and the dangerous thing about it that I know for a fact, and I've sued for it how many times? Over 30 years. But never mind all that. It's just degrading to your mindset, because then you just think you have to keep telling Massa, if that's what you want to call Uncle Sam, you have to keep telling them how sick you are and how you need them. And that's not it for me. That's just not it. But Washington State provides a state health care system and, good access to the federal system. It's just that every time I have a nervous breakdown or something goes on, I have a hysterectomy and I apply for the help, it's like they're talking about it's going to take 3 to 4 years and this and that. I mean, what do I have to, you want me to cut off my big toe? If I cut my butt cheeks off, they will grow back. So that's what I'm saying. A robust Florida cracker, your pet Florida cracker, what does somebody call it? Hit it and quit. Hey, that hurt. Hey, that only the Godfather of soul can say that. And if you're going to love me like that, Daddy, you can't leave me, because that's going to be too good. I have held out for a long time, and not just because my body doesn't have as many hormones, but because a bitch has been shattered, man. When you lose people, I got to be real with you. People ask, was losing Ray the worst day of your life? Christmas Eve 2017. And I'd have to say no. I'd have to say November 9th, 1991, losing Daddy David. And then, of course, around November 20th, I lost my dad, my father, Mr. James Matthew Evans, fellow American Society of Landscape Architects, retired landscape architect at the Capitol, worked all around Washington, D.C., grew up between Chattanooga and Miami, and he would not ever make an excuse for himself, even though he had sugar. My dad went into a diabetic coma when he was ready to enter boot camp around the Bay of Pigs time that happened in Cuba. So just vibing on that, how hard it is and it was to be like a contract worker for the federal government back in that day. You had no health insurance. So I just passionately pay attention to the laws of the state. I love every state. I love my country. It's just some of the policies I just think are out, they're eternal principles, but the way we're handling things to me is more about crime and punishment, legalism, and inhumanity. I mean, if we're merging man with machine, let's not forget, woman has values too. And ladies, it's like this: if we don't raise the game on men, they're just going to go as low as they go. I mean, seriously, it's an economic law. If you restrict supply, demand goes up. And you keep restricting supply and the price goes up. You keep restricting supply and you keep having an attractive, incredible product and service, and the price continues to go through infinity. That's what we do for men when we hold out. That's what we do. Like Steve Harvey said, woman makes herself ready. We inspire men to do better. So that's just what I know. I mean, I had some views on which state is this, which state is that, but Washington State's also attracted me because, Uncle Jim moved here when I was graduated from high school and went to Salem at R.J. Reynolds High School, and just really love everything about it. So it's not utopia. Everything could be better, but we benefit from the so-called left wing over in Seattle because they're the ones that make sure that we have this good healthcare system. I believe we could resolve every issue better. Like take, for instance, the legal access to abortion. It kind of makes me even sick to say that, because what it should be is common sense preparation for the fact that a woman is not a glory hole. And before you check that oil tank, you need to get up with yourself, because a woman can always create life. God will always veto sponges, pills, condoms, vasectomies. So that's just really what we need to know. And ladies, don't make it so easy on men. Don't play games, but don't make it so easy. But Washington State handles things more through the rubric of education, accessibility, and empowerment over, just police state. In Florida, if you attempt to commit death by suicide and you live through it, you will be ex parte, meaning that you are effectively jailed under mental health laws. They call it the Baker Act. But Florida was really the first in all that. Haus, if you get a death penalty in Florida, you're going down in a year or less, possibly, like Texas. And, maybe we would be better if we would be like, Rabbi Daniel Lapin says. Y'all, I'm just vibing. But that's a wise man, and his wife, Miss Susan. Susan's musing, Lord, for a sinner like me. Honey, you can't grow up in Florida without having a Jewish identity if you were raised in the Christian faith. And you learn about the Jewish faith on which all Christian faiths are based. And you just get so much wisdom out of that. But I forget what the word is, but the Hebrew word for wife means to limit, meaning when a man makes a covenant with God. A contract or a consent is just a paper material thing between two people. A covenant, whether it's for business or marriage, friendship, sex, it's between God and two people. So that's just what I've learned. So y'all, we have to take care of each other, and instead of focusing on legalism, crime and punishment, focus on education, accessibility, and empowerment. Abortion, I believe Hillary Rodham Clinton, when Senator or Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton said abortion should be safe, legal, and rare, it will only be rare when we focus on education, accessibility, and empowerment, and accessibility of every resource. If kids started raising chickens again, they would know. If you were born an XY, you better know that no matter what you do with the XX, that woman is going to bear more pain and responsibility, whether she has an abortion, whether she's taking all these contraceptions or sponges, or if she adopts a child out, or if she keeps a baby. So we just got to focus more on education, empowerment, accessibility over crime and punishment. And last but not least, what Rabbi Daniel Lapin also said is really there should be no prisons or death penalty in a just society. And this would explain a lot of the 54 African states and a lot of Israel and, you know, UAP countries. You either get fined, flogged, or executed. That's it. No prison. So just some thoughts. It's all in my mind right now. I'm looking at it right now. A beautiful YouTube family, Facebook family, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, imagine this. You can just be in your own home. You can be some sorry Florida cracker like me and be in this beautiful place because it's legal for us to travel across this great land. And y'all, I don't take you for granted, and I appreciate your vibes. So tell me your story. Please hashtag Heidi Duty Time on any of your ADLs, activities of daily living. I mean, if we want to make Social Security more efficient and or get rid of it, or we do whatever, but this Washington State long-term care insurance, it should give work credits to family caregivers, homemakers. It's a dignified job. I don't care where you are, where you're from, or how you go. It is. So please hashtag Heidi Duty Time for all of your ADLs, activities of daily living. Honey, keep your clothes on or this account will get canceled again. All right. You know what? I love you and God loves you. God works in his own time, but he's always on time. And when it's time to get over to barefoot in the park here in beautiful Liberty Lake, Washington at Pavilion Park, it is always Heidi Duty Time. I love you.